If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I just wanted to remind everybody, I try to do this every year around the equinoxes and the solstices, that today is, well, most say, hey, today is the first day of summer. Okay, this is one of the 4 symbolic days for witches and Satanists, the summer solstice. Sure, they'll pretend like they're getting together and they're celebrating the fact that the sun is out the longest today, and they're going to all get together and wear flowers and do all this stuff, even though they openly are talking about doing rituals and spell casting. But nobody cares because everybody thinks, hey, let them do what they want. There's no dangers to it. There was no reason that people used to, run these people out of town and cage these people and do other things to these people, which I can't say. But you can even see CNN and all of these mainstream outlets talking about the summer solstice and how it's about sex, it's about fertility. It's, the propaganda that they put out there is unbelievable about how this is just a wonderful day and everybody should just be enjoying it and being out in nature. And it's just a front, okay? This day is on the satanic calendar. It is a day of blood sacrifice and sexual orgy. And no, that doesn't mean that every witch out there who's partaking in this is doing it. But they're even openly showing you and trying to get people out there who aren't witches to actually participate in spells, right? You can see this article from Bustle where they're talking about traditions you can try at home if you can't make it to Stonehenge, because obviously, every year, all of these people go to Stonehenge and they perform their rituals. It must be a coincidence that they're wearing Baphomet horns. I mean, we're all just so stupid, right? They're just up there loving grass and loving nature and enjoying tree bark. And that's what we're supposed to believe witches are all about. It's a joke. It's, we're supposed to believe it's the longest day of the year, and that's why it's being celebrated in different ways, and that's why all of these people who are quote-unquote pagan and witches happen to go all the way to Stonehenge together to perform these rituals. So you could see even websites like CNN who are promoting this, and Bustle, they're telling people these are things that they should do just for fun today during the summer solstice. Light a bonfire. Make a flower crown, right? So you see how they make light of this stuff, and they're just like, make a flower crown, okay. And people will just be like, okay. And then they go on to say, do some candle magic, right? And they're saying, according to spiritual websites, the summer solstice is a good time to practice candle magic, right? So you see how they make this stuff seem like it's not a big deal, and they get people on board, and then they're like, oh, what? It was just a little candle magic. It's not a big deal. Then these people get addicted to magic and spell casting, just like people get addicted to drugs and other things. And they keep trying it, and they go deeper and deeper. And the next thing you know, these people are flat out, in satanic covens doing all sorts of rituals that you cannot even fathom. So it says here, a witch for 25 years has wrote that since the Sabbath revolves around the sun, a candle should be lit for the entire day. So they're telling people to partake in that ritual, telling people to partake in cleansing rituals. Okay, they claim the summer solstice is a good time to collaborate the energy in your home. All this stupid crap that they push. This is all stuff you also hear in watered down Christianity, right? Which is, the, what do they call it? I can't think of it off the top of my head. Spiritual Christianity, New Age Christianity, right? They talk about having sages in your home and crystals in your home, right? And cleansing, write down your, look at some of this stuff. I mean, this is some of the stuff they practice in New Age Christianity. It's a complete joke, right? It's a good time to collaborate the energy in your home by doing a cleansing ritual. Write down your negative feelings on paper. It's pretty much just taking a dump on a piece of paper. Ooh, look, and then release them by burning them to ash in a safe container. I mean, these people have lives. This just sums up society anyway, right? You can see how they're making everybody and indoctrinating them with Satanism and witchcraft and all this stuff. But how pathetic do you have to be? Write down your negative feelings on paper and then burn the paper to ash in a safe container? I mean, you don't have anything better to do? Boy, if I was writing down my negative feelings on the world, I probably would need about 75,000 notepads. I don't even think I'd be able to light it on fire. I'd probably cause a forest fire, for crying out loud. The amount of negative feelings. Write them down on paper and then you put it in a safe container. People do this stuff, you know. This is like the therapeutic stuff they have people do. Which look and see how it relates to witchcraft and sorcery. It says you also might thread a bundle of white sage and rosemary together, dip it into a bowl of spring water. I mean, what? You know, and then here you go. Here, use your healing crystals, right? So if you're a Christian out there who's just found this channel and you're part of New Age Christianity, time to abandon ship. I'm sorry, this might not be I might not be the type of Christian you want to hear. That's fine. I understand people who can't deal with me because they're too soft and they're cookie cutter. That's okay. You don't have to have a backbone to be a Christian. You just have to have faith in Jesus Christ. And I hope everybody who listens to this channel has faith in Jesus Christ. You don't have to be like me. This channel's too tough for some people because people like this, watered down version where they could still use healing crystals. Well, guess what? You're being indoctrinated with witchcraft because that's what New Age Christianity is. Okay, so you can see them pushing the summer solstice all over the place. Everybody's arriving in Stonehenge. Whoop-diddy-doo. Everybody's all excited, drawing crowds of merrymakers for rituals. They're going to partake in, let's see what it says here. Some modern theories say the site was used for religious ceremonies, which will be occurring. Rituals. Others believe the site of Stonehenge is used as a solar calendar due to its astronomical orientation, right? From a standing point looking east from inside the complex. On the morning of the summer equinox, the sun rises directly behind what is known as the heel stone. Oh, how wonderful. I mean, that's sarcasm, okay? It's light depending on just going through this stuff and how many people are here and how, mainstream outlets talk about this like it's this great thing. And they're like, oh, there's going to be some people are going to be like it's a hippie movement, love making, and it's about love and acceptance, right? This is all antichrist crap that they push onto people. But it's important to know this stuff. And the reason I point it out is because it's spiritual warfare is what we're under, right? The Bible tells us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Okay? And spiritual warfare, which is what's going on here in this world that we live in, is very strong on these specific holidays because they're getting together, they're uniting, summoning spirits, summoning demons. Some of these dates, specifically, the veil becomes thinner and it's easier for them to summon the spirits that they summon. Yes, some of these people are just summoning spirits so that they can make money or find love. Okay, these, they call themselves different levels of witches and, they get all offended. Oh, because not all witches do blood sacrifice. I said it once, I'll say it a million times. An a-hole's an a-hole, a witch is a witch. Okay, I don't care what way you're partaking in and practicing it. Okay, it is against God. God forbids it, and you should not be partaking in it. There's a reason God forbids it. So us as Christians on these specific dates, we need to stay in prayer, okay? You don't have to get together with a group and do some type of thing, but just make sure you're in the Word and you're in prayer. If you feel weak, you feel lightheaded, understand, that, and I'm serious. People say, oh, that's just fear. You're creating fear and stuff. During these specific dates, you'll notice, or around these time periods, you'll notice just feeling a little bit different. And it's true because people are, I don't think often about, my channel and who it affects and what, how many people hate me and all this stuff. I make the videos, I make the content, I focus on that stuff. I focus on studying, reading, trying to get information out to help wake people up. But I'm sure I'm under spiritual attack all the time, and I do have things that go on in my own life, my own health that aren't wonderful. And that's all, obviously it's my own fault, with certain things and my blood pressure and whatnot. But I'm under spiritual attack all the time. You, the listener, you're under spiritual attack all the time. You don't realize it because these people hate us. They detest us. Okay? Satan despises Jesus. What do you think his followers feel about the followers of Christ? They cannot stand us. Now, they might walk around pretending like they aren't really followers of Satan, but they know who we are. And they're casting spells on us during these equinoxes and during these solstices when they claim that, oh, they're just getting together to have a good time and Christians need to lighten up. This is spiritual warfare. So make sure you stay in prayer on this day, okay? Another thing I always tell people, if you have pets, and I don't care if people think it's fear-mongering, just keep an eye on your pets, okay? Because you'll notice during these time periods, there are signs of missing pets all over the place. Pets just don't go missing, okay? You feed your pet, you love your pet, you think your pet's just going to run away and be like, I'm good. Unless maybe you abuse your pet and he wants to escape. The pet's not just going to jump over the fence and run away when it has a safe place to live and a safe place to eat and is receiving love and affection, okay? It's like the old tales used to hear about witches using animals for sacrifice and Satanists doing it. It still occurs. So just keep an eye on your pet. I'm not saying don't let him out or something brutal's going to happen, but be aware of it. If you let your dog in the backyard, just take a look and make sure everything's okay because you never know. These people are sick. They're soulless. I don't care, like I said earlier, what level of a witch you are. A witch is a witch just like a dump is a dump. Okay? That smells the same to me. A witch smells just like a dump smells. Don't want it near me. Don't want it around my family. Right? And you should all feel the same about them. So I thank you for listening to today's show. Just be aware that today is the solstice. God bless all of you. Be safe, and I'll keep you all in my prayers.